All right, time to look at some of the questions from the distributive property quiz. Um, just as a bit of a review, you probably already know this, but the distributive property looks like this, where you've got some number, and then in parentheses you're going to have two numbers being added or subtracted like that. And all you're going to do then is distribute that A to each part. So it's going to be A times the B plus the A times the C. Okay, so that's what that rule looks like with really just some variables, just some letters. Let's take a look at what it looks like when we're actually using it. So, okay, we're going to distributive property to simplify that expression there. Let me see if I can write this. Oh, maybe not. Here we go. -5, and then in parentheses, -3x minus 7. That is actually a 3. Okay, so what we need to do, we're going to take that -5, we're going to multiply it by both parts right there. So you've got the -5 times the -3. So -5 times -3, that's going to come out to give you a positive 15x. And you also want to treat this part here, this is like a -7. So it's like -5 times -7. So that's, of course, then going to give you a positive 35. So looking like that one there. Okay, same idea again. You're just going to take that, in this case, the 1/2. So it's okay if it's a fraction. We're still just going to multiply it times each one of those. So you've got 1/2 times 4. Now, these are things we should know, but if not, that's all right. Make sure you're using the calculator. All right, so if you've got 1/2 times 4, I don't know. Oh, let's make it a fraction. So you've got 1/2 times 4. Okay, so that's going to be the 2. And you've got to carry that variable with it. So it's going to give you a 2x minus something. So now you've got a 1/2 times the 6y. So you've got the, we'll go back up there. I don't know if that'll, no, I guess that doesn't work. All right, you've got the 1/2 times 6, which is going to give you the 3. So 2x minus 3y. Okay, use the distributive property to decide which of the following is equivalent to -3, then the quantity -5 plus 2x. So if we distribute that -3 to both of those parts, so you've got the -3 times the 5, so that's going to give you a -15. And you've got the -3 times the positive 2x, which is going to give you a -6x. Finish that out. So you've got this one. Now, the other thing that was going on that we did, but we didn't really talk about, was we did that. We had -3 times 5. We also had -3 times 2x. Okay. It doesn't just have to be two numbers in those parentheses. You could have that many. You could have those 3 in there. So we're still going to distribute. Just going to do it 3 times. So you've got -6 times -5x. This gives you the positive 30x. -6 times the positive 2y. -12y. And the -6 times the -7z gives you a positive 42z. So I guess that puts us right there. All right, moving on. Again, fractions. Fractions are going to be fine. We can still distribute. So we're going to go -2/3 times the 3. Now again, if we need to, we can just bring that calculator back, clear that out. You've got the -2/3 times the 3. So it gives you a -2. So we're going to start off right here. This part here, that's going to give you a negative 2x. Now we're going to go negative 2/3 times the 9y. Bring that fraction back. Negative 2/3 times 9 gives you the negative 6. Even with that, I think we're going to stop with that one because we can see this is the only one with that setting up to have those choices there. All right, a couple more. Again, we're just going to distribute. Negative 1/2 times 4. You probably know how to put that in the calculator by now, but if not, you don't necessarily have to. The negative 1/2 times the 4x, that's going to give you a negative 2x. It's just cutting that thing in half, really. And then we've got to do the negative 1/2 times the negative 2y, which if you've gone ahead and plugged that into the calculator, you're going to see that's going to give you a 1. So in this case, a positive 1y. Which value of a would make the following statement true? So they're taking this and they're distributing. So if you take that negative 5 times the 6x, that's where you're getting that negative 30x. But then they want to know, well, where's this 40 coming from? So if we did the negative 5 times something there, what's going to give you the 40? Well, I think if you did negative 5 times a negative 8, that would give you the 40 that you're looking for. Oh, I don't know why that 0, I can't seem to fill that in, but that's okay. What we see though is that it's got to be the negative 8. Um, okay, hopefully that will get you started.